Hello, welcome back. It is a bright and early morning. I just wanted to talk about and touch on something that happened recently. And I don't know, it's been all over the internet, and some of you may already have seen it. It is actually devastating for every Madonna fan on the planet, and I would assume especially for her. But if you haven't seen it, what happened, she performed and closed at the Brit Awards. That is the awards that is held in England, in London. But she actually was pulled off the stage. She was wearing a really long cape made by Armani. And she explains what happened was they changed the cape at the last minute, and she hadn't done a rehearsal with the new cape. It was really, really long, so she walked down this really long catwalk. She walked up a flight of stairs. She was supposed to untie the cape, and then her dancer had the cue to rip the cape away from her. She said that the cape was so heavy that they had to tie it extra tight, and so she couldn't get it untied by the time the dancer's cue came, and he pretty much yanked her and pulled her off the stage, which in 30 years, I've never seen anything like this happen to Madonna. She is like perfection as far as when it comes to performances and her shows. So for Madonna fans, and actually I would think if you are a human being with a heart and you saw it, you would see how just devastating. She took a really hard fall. She actually fell on her head. She hit her the back of her head, and kind of was laying there, they said, for a few seconds. She got up, she kind of composed herself, and she did finish the number. But when I saw it, I was just like, my heart just sank. I was like sick to my stomach because, for one, she closed the show, so everybody, and in England, she is still like really big, really popular. It's not like how we are here in America where we are ageists, and, if you're above the age of 25, you're old. So they had her close the show. They announced her as the best-selling female artist of all time, which she is. And then this incident happened. So I was really excited. I got off work, really excited to see the performance. And when I pulled it up on YouTube, it was just like all these titles, Madonna falls off the stage. And I'm like, what the frick? So I pulled it up and I watched it, and it was really bad. Like, it's bad. I give her credit. She did complete the number, and it was awesome. But it's just when you start, and it was at the start. It was at the start. It wasn't at the end or in the middle. It was at the beginning of her number, and it just was so like heartbreaking for me. And I'm sure, like I said, every Madonna fan on the planet. Because, like I said, in 30 years, nothing like that has ever happened to her. Like, nothing. Like, Beyonce got her weave caught in the fan at her show. You've seen Lady Gaga fuck up many times. But Madonna, never. Like, it just doesn't happen. But she is human, so I guess, it happens to everybody. The important thing is that she gathered herself and, she went on with the number. She did have a concussion. She mentioned that they actually were watching her until about 3 o'clock in the morning to make sure that she didn't, fall into like a coma or something. I don't know. But they asked her, did you watch the number? And she said no, and I won't. Because why relive that? It happens. And that's what happens when you do live TV and do live shows. It's always an option that, chaos or accidents could happen. I remember Pink with her acrobatics and things. They didn't fasten the harness, so she was actually ripped off the stage and actually kind of hurt herself. That was a couple years ago. So it does happen. It's devastating when it happens to the Queen, because things like that just don't happen to Madonna. And like I said, it's just like human 101. If you do have a heart, beating inside of your chest that you would feel some type of empathy for her, because it was just devastating. Like, she obviously stopped singing. You can hear her, like, the big thud and the microphone falling on the ground, and it was just unreal, like, just unreal. So yeah, I'll go ahead and just wish you a good day. Have an awesome day.